Did he pay in cash?
Cash. Cash money.
And here is the million-dollar mansion where the Grants now live. Just one of several properties his ministry owns. And even as Grant was sending out this fundraising letter last Christmas, begging followers for money, saying he had to borrow $99. According to documents obtained by Primetime, he was buying his second Ferrari, a 1990 model that lists at $105,000.
There's 3 people here tonight. You can give $1,000 in this offering. All of your ladies.
Back in the service, God has just given Grant another revelation. This time, the names of people who should give him more money.
One of your names is Cassandra. One of your names is Henrietta.
This woman said she couldn't afford it, but she gave Grant $1,000.
God knows my name. And it's such a strange, it's not a common name, Yulene, you know. He said Yulene. I look at my sister, God knows my name.
And faith healing isn't the only way Grant gets followers to give money. For decades, he has touched their hearts with his televised appeals for food and clothes for the orphans of Haiti.
This was an actual child in our Royal Palms Orphanage in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Isn't that a beautiful child? Did you know just 4 months before this picture was taken, she looked like this? In fact, I apologize for showing you this child.
In Grant's services, Associate Pastor Ross Collette tells how Grant supports 3,500 children, 64 orphanages in Haiti.
Brother Grant has 64 or more orphanages in Haiti.
Collette practically moves people to tears with his story of the saintly woman who runs one of Grant's orphanages, a woman they call Mommy.
Her name is Susan Whitaker, but we call her Mommy. And, well, she was 70-some years old the last time she confessed to any age at all.
But we wondered how Mommy could have made that confession. This is Arcachon, Haiti, and this is Mommy's grave. She's been dead for 5 years. The orphanage still exists, full of children who do need money, food and clothes. But how much does Grant give? 2 of the doctors who now run the orphanage told us Grant doesn't give them a dime.
He never receives any money. No.
So you get no money from Reverend Grant? He doesn't come here?
No.
He does nothing for your children?
No.
But you're really saying Reverend Grant is a fraud.
Oui. Yes.
But what about those 64 other orphanages Grant claims in Haiti? Those 3,500 children? Or the full-time American missionary he claims there, Brother Bob Jones?
I've got 17 that live here.
Meet Brother Bob Jones. He didn't know we were filming with hidden cameras. We told him we worked for people trying to start a new TV ministry in the States. Jones quickly confirmed he doesn't oversee any 64 orphanages, just one for 17 children whom he does seem to love and care for.
This is my little boy. This is T-Boot.
Jones told us Grant does send a couple of $1,000s a month to Haiti, but that Grant is just one of the evangelists claiming Jones' orphanage, and said if we liked, we could claim it too.
In Dallas, fix you up a sign on a canvas. Roll it out. Welcome to Haiti. Put your name on there, whatever you want. Then we take these kids and have them stand out here and string the sign out in front of them, and then you're down at the back of the sign with a couple of kids on either side of you.
And let's say we planned to use the kids to raise a lot of money, but wanted to keep 95% of it for ourselves. Jones would sign on.
Let's say you sent me $25 per month for each one of my children. And then you turn around and you raise $500 for each child for that month. The thing of it is, the way I look at it is, the 25 is the 25 I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And if you didn't raise it, I wouldn't get it. So I'm happy with that. I just want a little piece of it.
But the law says you can't mislead people about the money you raise and where it goes. It's the kind of thing that put Jim Baker in jail.
Jim Baker, he wouldn't have got into it if he had handled it right. But he didn't, you know, he didn't handle it right.
Jones told us the way to handle it is send him all the money we raise, and he'd find a way to send back to us what we agree on. A kind of laundering scheme.
And when you send it to me, how do I avoid the IRS on that? You send it to me back as what?
I just put a refund to help cover costs and expenses.
And finally, Jones offered another service. He'll provide those heart-tugging photographs evangelists use to make viewers think they alone are getting to sponsor an individual child.
Everybody wants a real poor, the skinnier the child is, and then hopefully you make him cry when you take his picture. I've even had to pinch him just a little bit.
We're told Grant would have as many as 50 sponsors for one photograph. So we asked how much he'd get for Haiti in a month. And we were told in 1 month, for example,
$350,000 in a month.
when in fact he was only sending down
$2,000 to $4,000.
I find that abhorrent.
We showed Roy Stewart of the FCC what we had learned about W.V. Grant.
You can't raise money for one thing and use it for another?
That's fraud over the air. It is a violation to raise money or property, to get money and property on a basis of saying you're going to use it for A and using it for a different purpose.
So if you do that, that is fraud.
That's fraud, right?
We also showed the tape to Congressman Jake Pickle of Texas, who held hearings in 1987 on the need for stronger monitoring of televangelists.
If you, your network, give me that film, I'll see that it's turned over to the Internal Revenue Service, and I'll try to get the maximum.
And we went back to Haiti and Brother Bob Jones, this time with our cameras visible. At first, he denied he had laid out a scheme to avoid the IRS.
No.
So we told him we had everything he said before on videotape.
We have you on tape.
Is that just on it?
How do I avoid the IRS?
See, I don't do that. I haven't done that. You see what I'm talking about? I didn't do that with these people.
You were offering to.
But here's, right?
Isn't the point of this that anybody can come down here and claim orphanages in Haiti, go back to the United States, go on television, raise a lot of money, and it doesn't get to the children?
Sure.
Don't they deserve to have everything that's raised for them by generous Americans?
Ma'am, that would be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. But is it a dream?
Since Grant had refused an interview, we tried to see him after a service.
All right, Grant, I'm Diane Sawyer. I'd like to ask you some things about your mission. Haiti, particularly.
Grant refused to give us any answers and called out for his lawyer, who denounced us, while Grant's wife tried to block the camera lens.
It's not of God. If it was, you tell us what it was about.
I can tell you what the questions are going to be about.
No, there'll be no questions tonight.
A couple of notes. On Monday of this week, we got a letter from Grant's lawyer saying Grant wanted to sit down and talk about these things after all. Then on Tuesday, we received a letter saying he had changed his mind. We also received a videotape from the Reverend Grant, and in it he says Bob Jones isn't his only overseer in Haiti. There's another man named Max Manning. But several months ago, when we talked to Max Manning, he said W.V. Grant works through Bob Jones. And finally, there's this.
Remember those two photographs Reverend Grant showed of the little Haitian girl at Jones Orphanage? Well, recently he acknowledged he was in error.
Erroneously showed those last month, and we held them up, and I really thought they were children in Haiti. These are Venezuelan children, and I think that's the only time we've ever done that in the history of our ministry.
But that retraction last month seemed curious to us, since we also have a fundraising letter signed by Grant, which acknowledges that those photographs are not his children. And the curious thing is, this letter was sent out 1 year ago.
When we return, I just fell in love with everybody. He's the hottest minister on TV, Robert Tilton, and his amazing money machine. But first, Larry Lee, a preacher who told viewers he lost his home and all his possessions in a devastating fire.
I don't think he has mansions, or because he's going to have his mansion in heaven.
We'll take a look at heaven on earth, Lee's other home, the lakeside estate that followers weren't told about, when prime time continues.
Sowing the seed.
The best time to sow is when you're hit.
Lee sells himself as a preacher so powerful, he can even convert a witch. And a year ago, he got a lot of national publicity when he produced this man, Eric Pryor. Lee said that Pryor was a major leader of the San Francisco pagan community, but that after Lee had prayed with him and given him a Bible, Pryor renounced witchcraft and became a Christian. And because of the conversion, Lee says, Pryor even married his live-in girlfriend.
With this ring might be red. He married Sandra, the girl he was going with when we met him.
He's a pure Christian today.
Yeah, he really is.
In everything he does.
Yeah, he's living for the Lord.
So we started to do a little checking. We discovered right away Eric Pryor was never a major leader of the pagans. But Pryor does have a long arrest record, and he has said his conversion was accompanied by whining, dining, and money.
We helped Eric by giving him a little bit of money.
How much?
I think about $1,000 a month.
But a lot of people would say you'd have a lot of conversions in this country.
Yeah, but
if you'd offer $1,000 a month to every person.
The reality is that Eric was a gentleman a fellow who, when he got saved, he had nowhere to go.